guys, the Adventurous Allotmenteer here today. I'm making a video here on my allotment, something different today, not to do with plants, not to do with any form of allotment work actually, but I thought I needed to make this video because it's important. Um, it's basically about what will happen to people who want to buy plants after Brexit. And I think it's important, and it's a video that I haven't really seen. I haven't seen anyone make it, and I haven't seen it around YouTube much other than generic political videos about Brexit. I want to make sure that this is not political, so I want to stress that this video is not political. All this video is doing is helping people who may want to buy plants from abroad but are concerned by the perhaps the uncertainty surrounding Brexit. So first, what I'd like to explain is that, what happens after Brexit depends on two things. Now, from tomorrow is tomorrow is a very important occasion, because what will happen is it will dictate whether we go no deal after the transition period or whether we get a deal after the transition period pretty much straight away. So what will happen in those scenarios? So if we do get a trade agreement, after the transition period with the EU, things will carry on as close to normal as possible, as they already do. So you will still be able to buy plants from overseas. You won't have issues with getting them in. There might be a bit more chaos towards the turn of the year, but I'll come back to that in a minute. But if we don't have a deal, there will be many more problems with trying to source plants from overseas, at least in the first few months of next year. There's still a lot of uncertainty at the moment. We don't know exactly what's going to happen yet until tomorrow. So this is just conjecture, but it still applies and it's still valid. So, so hear me out for this. So basically, if you what I'll say is one of the problems with importing plants over the coming period, especially no matter what happens, is that around New Year, what hauliers have said, what experts have said, is there's going to be a bit of chaos, there's going to be a bit of disruption. So what will happen is, like, if you buy a plant around New Year, you either, depending on what the scenario is, you might have it severely delayed or it might not turn up at all. So the problem is that they are expecting queues at the border, they're expecting delays at the border. If that happens, then obviously there will be delays getting deliveries to people. And when it comes to live plants, that can be an issue. I mean, I had to wait a week for these plants I just got out of my video. You can watch that, by the way. A few videos back, I got those plants and they suffered a bit in transit, and so you can understand that in the delays the plants may suffer, and it may take longer than mine have taken in order to get to your address, your home address. So basically, that's what I want to reinforce today, is that it could be a challenge. And what I've just mentioned there, by the way, is if we get a deal. Now, if we get a no deal, it's a different situation, because not only will there be significant delays for longer periods, probably, again, this is what the haulage associations and experts in their field have said, this is not my opinion. If there is, then obviously that's going to hit consumers hard. Also, not just that, but if you get to the point where the rules have changed so much, aka we've gone from being able to freely trade across borders to having to get customs checks at borders, what it means is the plants that get sent, if they haven't got the right paperwork, and there is a lot of paperwork according to customs experts, if those plants haven't got the correct paperwork, they're not making it across the border. So there's a chance that if the nursery has not fulfilled that criteria, then your plant will be bounced back and you will probably not see your plant, and that's a risk, of course. So my advice to you in terms of Brexit, as people, as everyone, would be, after the first week of December, avoid buying plants from overseas. Please avoid it, because not only do you have the potential for disruption around New Year, but you also have the Christmas period. It's very busy. Couriers and haulage are so busy over Christmas, and if your plant gets stuck in that system and then has a double whammy over New Year, then there's no chance for it, really, is there? So my advice would be to hold off ordering from overseas, and that includes internationally as well, by the way, not just within the EU. Um, if you get that, please hold off, because after the 7th of December, it's not guaranteed that you will receive your parcel. And definitely do not order around the new year, because again, the uncertainty, it could result in some damaged plants. So yeah, I hope it doesn't, and I hope it goes well, but this is what the experts are saying, and who am I to question them, really? So yeah, hopefully, and into next year, it will settle down. There will be more, it will be more positive. We'll be able to get the orders in, and there will be more paperwork, of course, etc., etc. But we'll be able to get the orders in, and it won't be a problem. But hopefully. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you a heads up with that. My advice is, don't order after the first week in December, and keep an eye on things thereafter, because it will inevitably change. The UK will eventually get a trade agreement with the EU. It has to, but when that happens, I don't know. It could take a few months in the worst case scenario, so we'll see. Anyway, if you've got any questions about this, I will answer them, because I've spent quite a bit of time studying this. So if you've got any questions, feel free, because it does affect people, and it affects not only consumers but nurseries as well. So yeah, I thought I'd give you that information. I don't know that I've covered everything, but I just thought I'd make this short video. So remember remember what I've said in the video about limitations, and I'll make a follow-up video to this if it's necessary towards New Year. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share with someone if they're concerned about this, and hopefully we won't have any problems. And I'll see you for the next video anyway, so see you.